Hi, welcome back to Focus on Frisco. Glad you stuck around as promised. Susan Lee, the newest addition to the Town of Frisco team. Susan,
Thanks,
it's nice
Shannon.
to see you. Thank you very much for coming in. A lot of you might recognize the face. Certainly you've seen her around town. You have kids in school here in town.
Certainly.
And you were more recently with the Town of Silverthorne.
That's right.
Excellent. And just so you started with the Town of Frisco, gosh, not even a month ago, right?
This is my second week.
Wow,
Brand
second
new.
week.
Yeah.
I love it. What do you think so far?
Oh, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah.
I'm kind of getting settled in and getting to learn a lot more about Frisco.
Right.
Lived in Summit County a long time now,
Yeah.
and I'm familiar with the community, but kind of learning the systems and learning the processes and getting more familiar with my neighborhood here.
Yeah, you know, it's funny because we're all in the same county and we all live the kind of a very similar lifestyle, but it's amazing the differences between the different towns and what the priorities are and
Yep.
and what drives them.
Yeah.
So with that being said, what was it that kind of brought you over to the Town of Frisco?
Sure, I was really attracted to the Town of Frisco because of a lot of things that you guys have established sort of as your community vision that are already set up in your, you have a 2011 community plan,
Right.
that we were talking about, and you guys really have a focus on sustainability, on economic diversity, and just having a real enjoyable quality of life in Frisco.
Right.
And I think that was what attracted me to the town and made me really want to make the switch and help plan for Frisco.
Right, how to
Yeah.
start to move that forward.
Yeah.
Well, it's interesting to hear you say that because as a resident of the town for so long, outsider's not the right word because you spend time in Frisco and, you know, but as somebody who is not necessarily here super regularly, it's pretty cool to hear you say that that's your vision and your
Yeah.
view of the town.
Yeah.
Because I think the town does work really hard at making that the priorities
sure.
for them.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's written into your planning documents, but anybody that's been to an event in the town of Frisco
Yeah.
can see that you guys are focused on creating these zero waste events
Yeah.
and having these really fun festivals for the whole community to come out and get to kind of spend time together and enjoy our community. And I think that's unique to Frisco, and I
Yeah.
think that makes Frisco really special.
Well, that's good to hear. We love that. So as you're stepping in, we were talking about this, that the kind of the community development, the plan for the
Yes,
community,
yes.
it's time for it to be updated.
Yes,
Yeah.
moving Frisco forward, I guess. We have a community plan in place from 2011.
Okay.
And so it's time to update that.
Because generally it's every 5 years,
Every
5 to
5
10 or
years.
something like
Yeah.
that it's
Yeah.
supposed to be done. So we're looking at every 5 years, and we're at 7 now, and it's time.
Yeah.
Do you think that there are, and I know that you're just starting, but do you think that there are going to be big changes? You know what I mean? Like as you look at it, you're like, wow, that really needs to be changed.
You know, I think there's some components of it that
Yeah.
really need to come along. Housing is one of them. You know, obviously that's a huge issue right
Yeah.
now. And so I think, you know, it's talked about in the 2011 community plan, but it's really come to the forefront of everyone's attention.
Right.
And we're ready to move forward and pull the plug on a lot of projects right now. So I think that'll get some attention. I think connectivity and mobility, you know, especially how do we get visitors in?
Right.
How do we keep business owners happy to make sure that we have parking and
Right.
we have, you know, we have the people that we're trying to provide services for can access our community.
Yeah.
You know, so I think that'll be another issue that you know, we've thought about it. You know, there are plans in place, there's been research, but I think that's going to be a big component of this community plan.
Yeah.
And as far as sort of the overall big picture vision and community values, I'll be curious to see if that moved at all
Right.
from 2011.
Yeah,
I would imagine
what the community's views are and how
Yeah.
they
Yeah.
want to take it forward
Yeah.
or not,
Yeah.
which you
Because-
hear from time to time.
Yeah, so I'll be curious to see if that changes at all, or if we're still sort of following that same track.
Right, and I know that that you're going to start having some of those community meetings so people can come in and really talk about what their feelings are
Yep.
with it. Now, it's my understanding that an RFP has recently gone
Yes,
out.
so we're soliciting proposals from
Great.
qualified firms. We're hoping to have somebody on board by mid-April.
Okay.
And then we
And by somebody on board, you're talking about, you're talking about having somebody that can come in and facilitate some of these discussions between the town and between the citizens and business owners, et cetera, and so on.
And really have kind of an innovative approach to some community involvement, so that we make sure we're really reaching out to every segment of the Frisco community. So we're hearing from, locals, second homeowners, renters, business owners, kids, adults, everybody. We want to make sure that company that we bring on board has really got a good approach to community engagement.
And tuned in with all of that.
Yeah.
It really is, it's fascinating because even I would say 10, 12 years ago, when I was doing these same types of discussions, it was such a different conversation because Frisco was not as booming. I mean, it is, granted it's spring break weeks, these next couple of weeks, but it is 8 o'clock in the morning and it's full. I mean, the town is full. And that's not the discussion that we were having 10, 12 years ago. I mean, it was full and it was filling, but it wasn't the way that it is now. You just didn't feel the pressure. So there really is those discussions that you guys are going to be having. I mean, that's satisfying a lot of people. And it's people that are super excited about progress, that want to make this a big town. It's the town, that's continuing to do marketing and inviting people in. And then it's people who are saying, when I moved here 20 years ago, this isn't what I saw. But it, it is what it is, and it's progress, and it's a pretty amazing town. And I know that the town has done such a great job at being functional and making it functional, and these new plans, I think, are only going to propel it forward and make it really user-friendly for everybody. And those business owners, I know that those are some of the biggest voices that you hear because it's changing so fast.
We want to make sure we stay attractive to visitors because that's our bread and butter.
You bet it is.
But we also want to make sure that we're hearing from the locals and hearing from the business owners and making sure that everybody's needs are being met and that we're checking in, making sure we're on the right track.
It's a pretty tough job you signed up there for.
I'm excited. I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be interesting, and it's a place I care about, so it means a lot to me to see this be successful.
That's good. And then to put into the mix, you guys have a couple new council members coming on in 2 or 3 weeks.
Yes, we're looking
so
forward
that's
to that.
Always interesting, as you start moving into those changes along with changes with policy. So. Well, we're excited for you. I hope that you're excited. I know it's a pretty great place to be. And I'm happy to hear that your vision is also that progress and keeping things as sustainable as possible.
Yes, for sure. Thanks, Shannon.
Good. Thanks so much for being on. We're excited to see you as a new addition to the town.
Thank you.
Well, on behalf of the Town of Frisco, we want to thank everybody for tuning in today, and certainly everybody that worked so hard to make the show come together. We were excited to be in the studio, so thanks to the high school that allows us into the studio for this beautiful backdrop that is ours every single day. So to all of our visitors who are tuning in, thank you not only for tuning in today, but for coming up and enjoying our beautiful area, and thanks to everybody who lives here year-round. Because we love you too. I'm Shannon Fallon, and again, on behalf of the Town of Frisco, we'll see you again next month.